Hello, everyone. My name is Lee Triana Williams. My friends call me Lee, and I am here with my lovely mother. Her name is
Tracy.
And today we are going to be discussing the subject of special education and more specifically the controversies and have conversations around disability. Think about your perspective on disability in the United States. Do you believe that individuals with disabilities are marginalized from our society?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I don't feel as if they are fully understood, and I don't feel that society has what it takes to cater to the needs of the true individual that is disabled.
Okay. What has led you to come to this perspective? Which I actually agree.
Okay. Well, I have epilepsy,
Okay.
and I have a learning disability regarding math. I also suffer. I also suffer from anxiety and depression. And when it comes to the disabled in the workforce, um, if I had a seizure and I couldn't come into work, then my job would be at risk for missing too many days. Even though when you have epilepsy, the seizure threshold and time between is unlimited. You never know when a seizure is going to come in. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But they have, wherever the disabled person works, they have to be able to have the staff on hand, some training on hand to be able to know what to do when a person has a seizure. And the commonplace workforce is just not equipped with that type of training or those type of resources.
So that seems like discrimination.
Yes,
Wow.
but it is just a lack of preparedness
Okay.
and ignorance, I believe.
Yes. Thank you. Um, as having a family member who has a disability and was the last person in the school system, do you believe they have the same opportunities as the people who develop typically?
No, I don't. Because regular employees are not gauged toward helping the disabled. They have to have the staff on hand to be able to assist with that. They have to have specific funds in place because it takes a lot to provide for the disabled, maybe extra breaks or, something like that, or someone to fill in.
And with us having a family member who has disabilities as well, who's younger, I remember feeling as though she didn't have the same opportunities as those who develop typically. What had made me come to this conclusion was that even though she couldn't read in her classroom, they would still pass her. From second grade to third grade and she wasn't entirely getting the education they needed. That's why before reading the special education book and why we have it, I actually thought that the system just passed children with special needs just to get them out the way and get them out the classroom.
Yes, I believe that was called No Child is Left Behind, and it sort of just pushes the child along so that it could achieve the goal of graduating but still not have the skills.
Do you believe that the IEPs were helpful for her and in any form, or do you think that because of her disability and their lack of knowledge on how to deal with the behavior problems, they just pushed her along?
Yes. I believe that in order to successfully achieve the disabled individuals' full capacity is to have an entire team. To me, the team is not big enough for the individual that is disabled, depending on their disability.
Yes, yes. So, like for our family member, she would probably need 1 to 2 therapists and like a psychologist
Yes.
and a behavioral health manager,
Yes.
as well as one for cognitive and intellectual assistance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Behavioral intervention plan, to just even know about the diagnosis that they have in itself.
And have enough knowledge not to give up, because it felt like a lot of people just gave up.
Yes. And when she was in school, I remember the school head telling me that he doesn't believe that she would amount to anything, that she would end up in jail and, probably never graduate and be institutionalized. And I think that that's a pretty big curse to put on a person with disabilities or a child with disabilities and say that there's no hope, because I'm disabled and I know there's hope.
Wow. Yeah, that was in the early 2000s, right?
Yes.
I feel like especially with me being a student and a teacher in 2021, that hope for students has come a long way. And I noticed that there are a lot of teachers who are getting training in special education, or even in behavioral management, or not even management per se, but there's a lot of required trainings now, and even not just, black and white trainings, there's opportunity. There's just roundabout training for everything that you would need to be able to deal with different children at their different levels. And also emotional, because you can't be fully there for the student without, having yourself together to some degree. Are there any other examples or situations that illustrate why you hold your belief about your perspective on disability status in the United States?
Yes, because I have worked with other disabled people, and I am disabled myself, and I have noticed that once out of the education system, the disabled person is then bumped into regular society, and society, places of employment, maybe a higher education, they are not equipped to deal with the disabled person. They don't have the staff. A lot of them don't have the training, and there's just not the extra resources that the disabled person need to get through with life. So a lot of times, people like us are delayed in hiring. There are supposed to be laws set in place to hire people that are disabled, but when you work, you can only miss so many days. It's like they don't give the disabled person those extra days to say, oh, well.
Oh, it could be hard too, because depending on the type of disability you have,
Right.
it could affect the job's status.
Exactly.
And setting with the community.
Yes.
So that could be risky, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Risky. Oh, that could be really difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, wow. Or if I'm really thinking of from a business standpoint, it could, hiring people with disabilities could cost the company money.
Yes.
So what I do think they need to do is, oh gosh, I really don't have a solid answer. I could try to pull something out of space and time, but whew. And you know what else we need? We need to have extra laws in place that protect people with disability.
That is true. That is true.
Okay.
Places of employment will hire you, but in all actuality, they are under no obligation to keep you. So if you miss too many days, like over a certain amount, they give you an allotted amount. If you miss a day over, you're gone.
I mean, to be fair, it's like that for the regular too, baby.
Exactly.
But no, I know there should be exceptions. Are there? I seem so cold. Oh my gosh, I'm a student. That's why I'm a student in this class. Are there any other comments that you have about people with individuals with disabilities in society?
No, just I wish the world would always have faith in believing that we could achieve our highest potential if given the right opportunities.
Cause you gotta have faith, faith, faith. You gotta have faith, faith, the faith. Ah, rah, rah, rah. No. Man, what is the most economically efficient way to be able to incorporate everyone so that everybody has a chance to take care of themselves?
We will need a group of research scientists to figure that one out.
Right. Wow. So, thank you so much for your time. And this was actually a very fun conversation. We need to do this more often. Maybe make a little YouTube chant. So, But, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, I believe that. Wait, I forgot what I was supposed to say.
As someone in the family who has been in the school system recently and has disabilities, do you believe that she is the same... not me. No. Wait.